Have you ever wondered how major companies control internet access, how massive websites shield their real servers from hackers, or how everyday people browse the internet anonymously? The answer often involves an important networking technology called a proxy server. Think of a proxy server as a middleman between your device and the internet. Instead of connecting directly to a website, your request first goes to the proxy server. The proxy then communicates with the website on your behalf. In this video, we'll explore what a proxy server is, how it works, the different types of proxies, real-world applications, and how proxies compare with VPNs and firewalls. Let's get started. Look at direct connection concept image. On the left, we see the client, that's your device. On the right, we see the website's server. Notice the glowing blue beam, this shows a direct connection. Your device talks straight to the website. Let's see the client and website roles. The client asks for information, like a web page or video. The website responds by sending that data back. This is the basic client-server relationship. Let's talk about the public IP visibility. Above the client, you see a number, 123.45.67.89. That's the public IP address. Think of it like your home address online. Because the connection is direct, the website can see this IP. Let's look at the data flow representation. Look at the glowing cubes moving through the beam. These represent data packets. Each packet carries information, and it also includes metadata, like the sender's IP address. Let's see an example. When you visit a site like example.com, the server logs your IP. That can reveal your location or your internet provider. Websites use this to track visits or customize content. Privacy awareness. Now, here's the important part. If you don't want websites to see your real IP, you can use a proxy or VPN. These act like middlemen, hiding your true address. Now, in this image, we see three parts: the client, the proxy server, and the website. Notice how the connection now passes through the proxy instead of going directly to the website. Let's talk about the client's role. The client, shown on the left, sends a request, but instead of going straight to the website, it first goes to the proxy server. The message says, connecting through proxy, meaning the device is using an intermediary. Let's highlight the IP masking. Above the client, you can see the text original IP hidden. That means your real IP address, 123.45.67.89, is not shared with the website. The proxy hides it. Let's describe the proxy's function. In the center, the proxy server receives your request, processes it, and forwards it to the website using its own IP, 98.76.54.32. It acts like a middleman, protecting your identity. Let's look at what the website sees. On the right, the website receives the request and sees only the proxy's IP address. The box says seen by website, 98.76.54.32. So the website never knows your real IP. Let's trace the data flow. Follow the arrows, green from the client to the proxy, blue from the proxy to the website. This shows how data travels securely through the proxy. Let's discuss privacy benefits. Using a proxy adds privacy and can help bypass restrictions or filters. It's like sending your mail through a trusted courier who keeps your address secret. Let's imagine you're browsing through a proxy. What does the website see? What stays hidden? This helps you understand how online privacy tools work. What is a proxy server? A proxy server acts as an intermediary gateway between a user and the internet. Think of the proxy server like a receptionist in an office. Instead of visitors going straight to the manager, they first speak to the receptionist. Client is visitor. On the left, the visitor represents the client, your device. The visitor has a message to deliver. Proxy as receptionist. In the center, the receptionist is the proxy server. The receptionist receives the visitor's request, processes it, and decides how to forward it. Manager as website. On the right, the manager's office represents the website. The receptionist passes the message to the manager, gets the response, and delivers it back to the visitor. IP masking. Just like the manager only knows the receptionist, the website only sees the proxy's IP address, not the visitor's real one. Now look at the communication flow. Visitor, receptionist, manager, receptionist, visitor. This shows how the proxy handles all communication. This setup adds privacy and control. The client's identity stays hidden, while the proxy manages the interaction. How does a proxy server work? User sends request. The process begins when the user types a website address like example.com into their browser. This action creates a request that's ready to travel across the internet. Request goes to proxy server. Instead of going straight to the website, the request first stops at the proxy server. Think of the proxy as a middleman that handles all communication between you and the web. Proxy processes request. The proxy checks whether you're allowed to access the site, applies filters, hides your IP address, and looks for cached copies of the page to speed things up. Proxy contacts website. If the proxy doesn't have the content cached, it sends the request to the actual website using its own IP address. This keeps your identity hidden. Website sends response. The website receives the proxy's request, processes it, and sends the requested data, like the web page or file, back to the proxy server. Proxy returns response. Finally, the proxy forwards the website's response to your device. You see the web page load, and the entire exchange happens in milliseconds. Why do we need proxy servers? Proxy servers are used by individuals, schools, companies, and large organizations for several important reasons. Privacy. A proxy can hide your real IP address, making it harder for websites to track your location and browsing activity. Security. A proxy acts as a protective layer between internal networks and external threats. Content filtering. Schools and companies use proxies to block access to certain websites, such as social media, gambling, or unsafe sites. Access control. Administrators can control who is allowed to access specific websites or online services. Faster browsing. Through caching, proxies store copies of frequently visited websites. If many users request the same content, the proxy can serve it locally instead of downloading it repeatedly. Monitoring and auditing. Organizations can track internet usage, generate logs, and ensure compliance with company policies. Types of proxy servers. Not all proxy servers are used for the same purpose. Let's look at the main types. Forward proxy. A forward proxy sits in front of the client. Client forward proxy internet. This is the most common type of proxy. Companies and schools use forward proxies to manage, monitor, and filter users' outbound internet traffic. Reverse proxy. A reverse proxy sits in front of web servers. Client internet reverse proxy web server. When users visit a large website, they often connect to a reverse proxy first instead of directly reaching the backend servers. Reverse proxies help with load balancing, DDoS protection, SSL handling, caching, and security. Common examples include Jinx, Cloudflare, and Apache reverse proxy setups. Transparent proxy. A transparent proxy intercepts traffic without requiring any manual configuration on the user's device. Users may not even know that a transparent proxy is being used. These are commonly used in public Wi-Fi networks, hotels, schools, and corporate networks. Anonymous proxy. An anonymous proxy hides the user's original IP address but still identifies itself as a proxy server. It is useful for basic privacy and bypassing simple location-based restrictions. High anonymity proxy. A high anonymity proxy, also known as an elite proxy, hides the user's IP address and does not reveal that a proxy is being used. To the destination website, the connection appears like a normal direct user connection. Caching proxy. A caching proxy stores copies of frequently requested web content. This improves loading speed, reduces bandwidth usage, and helps organizations save network resources. Proxy server architecture. A proxy server architecture usually has three main layers. Client layer. This includes user devices such as laptops, phones, or desktop computers. Proxy layer. This is the intermediary server that receives, filters, modifies, forwards, and sometimes caches requests. Destination server layer. This is the website, application server, or online service the user wants to access. Most proxies operate at the application layer of the OSI model, also known as Layer 7. This means they can inspect HTTP and HTTPS requests, check URLs, apply rules, analyze headers, and make decisions before forwarding traffic. Because of this deep inspection, proxies are powerful for security, filtering, and monitoring. However, they also require processing power and proper configuration. Proxy servers offer many advantages. They improve privacy by hiding the user's IP address. They increase security by creating a buffer between internal systems and the internet. They improve performance through caching. They allow organizations to control access to websites and online services. They reduce bandwidth usage by storing repeated content locally. They also help companies monitor and audit internet activity. However, proxy servers also have some limitations. If the proxy server fails, users may lose access to the internet. Proxy configuration can be complex in large networks. Free or untrusted public proxies can be dangerous because they may log traffic or steal sensitive information. Standard proxies do not always encrypt traffic. If too much traffic passes through one proxy, it can become a performance bottleneck. So, while proxies are useful, they must be configured and managed carefully. Proxy servers are used in many real-world situations. Corporate networks. Companies use proxies to block harmful websites, monitor employee browsing, and protect internal systems. Schools and universities. Educational institutions use proxies to block distracting or unsafe content and manage bandwidth. Content delivery networks. CDNs use reverse proxies and caching servers to deliver content faster to users around the world. Cybersecurity. Security teams use proxies to inspect traffic, detect threats, and protect back-end servers. Web scraping. Data analysts sometimes use rotating proxies to collect public web data without overloading or getting blocked by websites. Public Wi-Fi networks. Hotels, airports, and cafes may use transparent proxies for login pages, monitoring, or policy enforcement. Many people confuse proxy servers with VPNs. Both can hide your IP address, but they work differently. A proxy usually works at the application level. For example, it may only affect your browser. A VPN works at the device level and routes all traffic through an encrypted tunnel. A proxy usually provides moderate privacy and faster speed. A VPN provides stronger security because it encrypts your entire internet connection. So, if you only need basic IP masking or content filtering, a proxy may be enough. But if you need strong privacy and security, especially on public Wi-Fi, a VPN is usually better. A proxy server and a firewall are also different. A firewall acts like a security gate. It allows or blocks traffic based on rules such as IP addresses, ports, and protocols. A proxy server acts like a middleman. It receives requests, processes them, and forwards them on behalf of the user. A firewall mainly controls traffic flow. A proxy manages and modifies communication between clients and servers. In real-world enterprise networks, both are often used together for stronger security. Understanding proxy servers is essential for anyone learning networking, cybersecurity, system administration, or cloud infrastructure. If you found this video helpful, like the video, share it with others, and subscribe for more networking and cybersecurity content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.